Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. I pray that you are having an amazing start to your day. This is a new day. This is a new week. This is a new opportunity. And I am truly just grateful. So grateful. So grateful. Grateful to wake up this morning. Grateful to be clothed in my right mind. Grateful to be able to see and hear and feel and touch. So grateful to be able to speak and to walk, and it is just so many things that I am truly grateful for. Grateful for good night's sleep, grateful for the word, grateful for his direction, just grateful to hear the birds chirping. Yes, I am grateful for that. And so I am just so grateful to God for all that he is, all that he has, all that he is going to do in my life. God is so good, and he is so worthy to be praised, and I truly give him all of the honor. I give him all of the glory that is due unto his holy name, because there is nobody can do for me those things in which the Lord is and going to do. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, Nikita. Thank you all so much for joining. If you would share this out, invite someone, that would be great. I know you're wondering, what is it that he's trying to convince you to hold that he cannot give? As I was getting ready this morning, and I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, what will you have me to talk to the people about today? And he said that, the enemy will convince you to hold something he cannot give. And I said, and what is that? And you already know, he came back and he said, time. Time. He will convince you to try to hold time, and he don't even have the authorization, he don't have the authority, and neither does he have the ability to give time. Because somebody put that in the comments. He don't have the authorization, he don't have the authority, and he don't even have the ability to give time. He would try to convince you to hold on to something that he cannot give. He'll try to convince you to hold on to something that he didn't give. That's just like a person, and usually they want you to give it away. Good morning, Evangelist John. Thank you so much for joining. But the enemy, with your time, the time that God has given you, the enemy wants you to hold on to something that he is not capable, that he has not been given authority. He don't have the ability to give you time, but he wants you to hold on to it, because he is strategic. So as I was thinking and talking to the Lord and asking him, what else? I'm ready. I'm listening. And he said, that's his tactic. It is a strategy called delay. He would delay us in our decision. He will delay you in your decision, therefore having you to hold on doing a thing that should have been done, holding off to tomorrow a thing that should have been done today. I'm going to say that again. He will have you to delay. It is a tactic. It's a strategy. It's a system that he has put in place where he said that I would delay. I want you to hold on to a thing. I want you to hold on to time that you should have spent. I want you to, I want you to hold on to things that I want you to hold on to this thing that you should have invested in your personal development. You should have invested your personal development. Good morning, Eric. Thank you so much for joining. The enemy wants you to hold on to something that he cannot give, which is time. He cannot give you time. Good morning, Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining. So he wants you to hold on to time. He wants you to hold on to a thing that he do not have the authority, the authorization. He does not even have the ability to give you time, but he want to tell you he trying to manage your time. He's micromanaging your time, trying to tell you what to do with it and when to do it, and what that is a delay tactic. It is his strategy. Good morning, Brother Warren. Thank you so much. Absolutely beautiful. Stand in prayer. Thank you so much. He said, he wants you to delay. He wants you to delay today for tomorrow, which is not promised. Can I say that again? He wants you to delay what you should be doing today for tomorrow, which is not promised. Don't put off today for tomorrow, because tomorrow just might be too late. It might be too late. It might be too late for you to forgive. It might be too late for you to apologize. It might be too late for you to start. But see, he wants to convince you to hold on to something that he don't have the authority, authorization, or ability to give you. He want to tell you what to do with something that's not even his. He want to tell you, and see, about, some of us is by way of prayer. He would try to use what God said is good. He would try to use what we know that changes things. He would try to use that we know that God hears us. But see, he would tell us to do a thing, and God would give us instructions to do a thing, and then the enemy would come and tell us to pray about something that God has already told us to do. It sounds like to me that sometimes we're all the time, our obedience is better than our sacrifice. A lot of times we think that, we have prayed about a thing. God answered our prayer. God heard our prayer. God responded to our prayer. But we'll go and pray about the prayer that has been answered. That is the tactic of the enemy, delayed tactic. Good morning, Sherry. Thank you so much for joining. It's a delayed tactic, and that tactic is to have you thinking that you're waiting on a response. See, you got to get really deep when you get to, we thinking, in the midst of waiting that we're not doing anything. But he wants you to hold on to time, which he can't give. And so he used it by way of strategy. And the strategy is to delay you from making a decision. He want to delay you by distracting you to do something else. He want to delay you by distracting you to do something else, bipolar opposite of what God has already told you. You got to go back and pray again about the prayer that has already been answered. You got to go back and ask somebody else for their opinion. You got to go back and get a third, fourth, and a fifth opinion. You already had the first one, and you had the second one, and you had the confirmation from God, but then he'll tell you to wait. He'll tell you to delay. But you know what that is all about? I'm so glad you asked. He know if you put it off long enough. If you put it off long enough, and I mean long enough can be by a couple of hours. Long enough can be by a day. I'm not talking about weeks and months and years. If you put it off long enough, the thing that you was excited about, the thing that you were going to do, the thing that you have sought out to do, and you have made up your mind for doing, he know if there is too much time in between the decision to do and the action to get it done, he already know that you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Me, I make quick decisions. Always. And I haven't regretted it. I make quick decisions. One, because I've already prayed. The decisions I make is based on the prayers that are answered. So I don't second guess my decisions. I make quick decisions, because if you think too long, you're going to think wrong. If you think too long, you're going to think wrong. And when you think too long, the enemy is there with, no, I can't do this. And no, I can't afford that. And no, I'm not going to have time for this. And no, how would I be able to add this to already the busy work that I'm doing? The busy work that I'm doing that's not productive. The busy work that I'm doing that's not value added. The busy work that I'm doing that's not making any money. So you're trying to figure out how will you be able to add a revenue generating activity to all the activities that's not valuing you anything, that's not returning you anything, that's not giving you anything, that's not benefiting you anything. It ain't helping nobody but the devil. He don't want you to do the revenue generating activity because he want us to keep singing a song that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poor. He want us to keep singing us a song that he want us to keep singing a song that it ain't good for us, but it's good for them. He want us to keep singing a song that we're not enough, that it's not possible. He want us to keep singing those songs, but you know what? He love to try to make us look like crazy people. Because you're not going to tell me something that's not possible that I see people doing. You're not going to tell me what's not possible and I see people having it. You're not going to tell me what's not possible and I see people going to these places. So how is it not possible when God is no respecter of person, but we are listening to the second and third voice that don't even have the authority, the authorization to tell us nothing about nothing? Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. We're listening to somebody that don't have authorization. We're listening to somebody that don't have authority. We're listening to somebody that don't have ability. His ability is to kill us and to destroy us. His ability is to rob us and to keep us in a down place. He don't have the ability to build us up. He don't have the ability to give us time. So he want us listening to foolishness. He want to keep talking to us, wasting the time that God has given us, telling us about stuff that ain't even true. He want to tell us about things that's not even true. He want to convince you to delay. He want to convince you to put it off, to hold off on it. I'm going to hold off on it a while. I'm going to come back. You know how we say, I'm going to come back and revisit that. When are you going to come back and revisit? Because you know what he do? He keep your mind so busy and he keep you spread so thin, doing things that's not revenue generating. He keep you looking at stuff that's not even important. He keep you running after stuff that's not even vital. Because you know why? He want to steal your joy, kill your dream, and destroy your life. He want to steal, kill, and destroy. His strategy and tactic has been the same. And you know the sad part about what the devil do is he can use the same old thing and get the same result. But on the flip side, we can't keep doing the same thing and get a different and want a different. He does the same thing over and over and over, and we don't even require him to do something different. But you let somebody come by to try to help us. You want to know, well, do it come with this and do it got that? Do it do this? Do it shine? Do it flip? Do it? But the enemy can trick you year after year. Relationship after relationship, job after job, house after house, business after business. He can trick you, tactic and strategy and thing, and he can come with the same old mess. This dude don't even try to cover, he don't try to color it up. He don't try to cover it up. He don't try to mix it up. He come with the same old lies. He come with the same old stuff. But the bad part about it is this. We keep falling for it. We keep falling for the same old mess. You make me ask you to add me to just. Don't you make me ask you to add me. Come on here. Can you get on here? I need you to get on here. Are you able to talk? Put a yes on here. Now come on. Well, if you able to talk, we finna hit this add button today. But you know, he will use the same old tactic. Does it flip? Does it shine? Does it roll? You got to think about the strategy that this person is using, and he keep on drawing people. He keep drawing people. You know, now when a person is trying to help us, we won't return. But we'll return to the foolishness that the enemy keep on making a fool out of us. He keep on stealing from us. He keep on robbing from us. He keep on destroying us. And you know what? We keep falling right back in the same trap. We keep getting back in the same trap. But somebody that try to help us, what we'll say, oh, they trying to get over on me. Oh, I can't, no ma'am, I'm getting stuff ready to go out. Okay, I got you. You know, you thinking, why in the whole world will we keep on falling for the same thing? This joker ain't got no new strategy. He ain't even trying to trick you. He just come right on out with it. And he want to convince you to hold on to something that he didn't even give you. He want to convince you, you know, that's just like a person that didn't give it, but they want to tell you what to do with it. How many people that when they know you got a few pennies, they know that they could have been helping these people. They know that they could have been helping the poor. They know that they should have been doing this. They know that they should have been doing that. Do you know people can always tell you what you need to do with what they didn't give? They want to tell you how to spend your time, how to spend your money. They want to tell you how to spend your resources. They always got a way. They always want to tell you what to do with what they didn't give you and the stuff that they gave. Come on now. Talk to me. How many times do people got advice about stuff that they didn't give you? And then the little stuff that they gave you, they expect for you to do the world with it. I used to tell people, can I be honest? Can I be honest? If I got to provide you with all this documentation and this, that, and the third for $10, boo, keep your $10. Because I am not finna go through all that for $10. You want to question me up and down and crossways and diagonally. You want me to go from the back to the front for $10. It ain't even worth it. I mean, it is not worth it. Some things is not worth it. But you got people that, you know, Lord help me. Lord, you got people that do the least but require the most. Do you know them are some of the worst folks to deal with? They done gave you $1 and they need you to give them a receipt for the $1. They need you to tell you, they need to know when it's gonna be mailed. I'm talking about when you gonna mail them the receipt. Can you send it to me in text, and can you inbox it to me too? And can you send me a copy in the mail for what you gave in the time that I'm putting into it? You get the point. People that do the least, they require the most. Have you looked, just evaluate your life. Just think about it in your head. Just think about the people that were you the most. Those the people that you can't get nothing from. Those the people that you couldn't call them when you need them. Those the people that call you, that tell you what you need to do, that you're always there for, but you can't. He wants to delay you. Never wants you to make a decision right away. That's the way for you to miss an opportunity. For him to say, don't do it today. Wait till after the deal is over with. Wait till after, and then we'll come tomorrow and ask, is that opportunity still open? If you don't go sit down somewhere. And then, this is the crazy part. You already know what the deadline is. And then you get up there with all this foolishness. Can I be honest with y'all? You get there with all this foolishness, talking about something where you thought you confirming today. Come on now, somebody. You get up there with all this foolishness where you thought you thought the deadline was this, and you got the time mixed up and you got the date mixed up. Come on now. You know, things that are important to you. First of all, you're documenting. But you know, this I'm gonna tell you, listen. I am in the process of starting a mastermind, right? I have been wanting to start a mastermind, and this is no joke. This is 2020. In 2016, no, this is 20. Yes, 2016. It was January 2016. So generally, every year for the last couple of years, now I didn't go this year and didn't make it last year, but in January, I would go to a secluded place and I would plan out my year. So this year in 2016, I was out in a secluded place. I rented some condos and it was just me and my kids, because this was not a trip that me and my family went on, but I was able to, and the kids really enjoyed this. If I got pictures where they had up, they had all these, they had like recliners in the living room. They didn't have a couch, but they had like 4 or 5 recliners, and they're in there, just recline, honey, like they was on vacation. But anyway, I was writing my chapter because I was a part of a book. And at the time, I think that book was, it was tying the knot between the ministry and the marketplace. And so, it was January 2017, because I had my mentor, Miss Sherry Jones, out of South Haven, Mississippi, that I had met October the 27th, which was my birthday, at a retreat in Moscow, Tennessee in 2016. So it was 2017 January. So I went to this place. And I wanted, I was doing all this research, and I wanted to do like open mic where people can tell their stories. It was actually a storytelling event. And I said, I want to do a mastermind. I want to do a mastermind. And I mean, this plan now has been for 3 years. So now the baby is birthing. So I'm getting ready to start a mastermind. But I said, you know what? A lot of times I see where individuals, they're part of what, like in the bigger cities, they have like groups called Toastmasters and this and that. And I said, Lord, why I don't have something that I can attend to or do something like that in the area that I'm in? So I've never been a part of a Toastmaster. So anyway, fast forwarding a little bit, I wanted to be, and I kept thinking, I said, I want to be a part of a book club, and didn't have that. So that manifested, joining a book club, last year. So, and so been doing that. So anyway, mastermind, got to a mastermind. So been praying about it, been talking about it, getting ready to launch a mastermind. And masterminds are not cheap. Just to start that off, to be a mastermind, sometimes you may be paying anywhere from $500 to $1,000 to $1,500 a month to be a part of a mastermind, because it is where we are mastering our mind, and we're mastering things together, where we can take small steps individually, but as a group, we are jumping by leaps and bounds. So anyway, fast forwarding a little bit. So here just recently, the Lord still had it on my heart and my mind that I wanted to be a part of a mastermind. But anyway, so moving on. So I joined a mastermind. That's what I was getting to. I joined a mastermind. And so they had like the invite meeting, because there's things that you have to do. Good morning, Chriselle. Thank you so much for joining. Let us know. I got some of my friends over here from across the world. We got Nigeria on here, and I know we got people from all over the U.S. Chriselle, please let the people know where you are coming from. Let them know where you're coming from. This is my new one of my new partners. She is the person that I'm getting back to my story. I just like to give props where props due, but she is the person that designed. She was my graphic designer for the last designer, the Action Speaks Volume. So Chriselle, let them know where you are tuning in from. Go ahead and you can drop your information in here. So if they need a graphic to be designed, they can reach out to you. Okay. So anyway, So join the mastermind, getting ready to launch a mastermind. So I was thinking, I didn't delay because I know that this has been like a 3-year process. Good morning, Helen. Thank you so much for joining. So when you have already prayed for a thing, you confirm it today. You show up where your heart is. Yes. You know what to say, Coach. Yeah. So I hear you, Coach. Yeah. So you've already prayed for a thing. You already prayed for a thing, and when the answer comes, now you got to go pray. Lord, is this you? Lord, Lord, no. I took immediate action. Why? Because it was already what I asked for. Why? Because it was the answer to my prayer. I didn't have to go back and ask him, is this the right thing to do? Should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? You got to get out of the mindset of delay, because that is a strategy that the enemy is using to keep you stuck. To keep you stuck. He want to keep you wandering in the wilderness. He wants you to keep on going around in a circle. And what should have took you only a few days, it took you 40 years. Oh, come on now, somebody. That right there, if I don't say anything else, I've already said enough. What should have took you a little while, if you would have just linked up with some people, if we would stop being so cheap and make some investment, if we would stop wanting everything for free, if we can stop thinking that it's just going to happen and put in the time, if we would just apply ourselves, our whole lives can be different. But one, we are afraid. Good morning, Carla. Thank you so much for joining. We are afraid to invest in being better. We are afraid of going forward in the path, in the tracks are better. We're afraid because, we say if I contact a person like Mary Morrissey that is going all over the world, if I contact a person, if I'm in a group with Dr. Cheryl Woods, where on Friday she was able to reach out to her coach, her personal coach, Lisa Nichols, which when she was with Lisa Nichols, she spent $40,000 to be with her for one day. If I get linked up with like a Dr. Cheryl Woods, can I afford it? Can I afford to be in her presence? Can I afford for her to be calling my name? Can I afford for her to call out my business and want to know more about me? Can I afford to be in her book project? Can I afford to be in her EE squad? Can I afford to do that? And sometimes it's not even that it's so expensive in dollar amount. It's what you make up your mind to do. And when you make up your mind to do it, God always make a way for it to be affordable. But we would turn down an opportunity before we do the work research, before we ask the question, how can I do that? The first thing we would say is, I can't afford that. I can't do that. I can't go there. I can't do this. I can't do that. When I went to India, I didn't say, well, I can't afford to get my visa. I can't afford my passport. I can't afford my flight. I can't afford my this and I can't afford my that. How can I do this? How can I do this? What is it that I can do to make this happen? Good morning, Angela. Thank you so much for joining. But what the enemy want to tell us, he want us to think that we don't have time. He want to manage time that he cannot even give. He don't know nothing about our time. God give us all 1,440 minutes a day, 86,400 seconds, 168 hours a week. But he want to tell you that you don't have time to do it because he is occupying your time to tell you what you can't do. He's occupying your time to tell you that you are not enough, that you are not worth it, that you can't do it, that don't nobody want what you have, that it's not possible for you. He wants you to keep on using your time, singing the same old song to yourself that's not productive, that's not value added, that's not making no money. But you know that you got time to do what you want to do. All you have to do is make a decision. We have to make a decision to have a better life. We have to make a decision to turn our lives around. We have to make a decision to want to have more, do more, be more. And when we make a decision, the enemy cannot stop us. Good morning, Rico. Thank you so much for joining. It doesn't matter where we came from. It doesn't matter what we've been through. It doesn't matter the family we was born into. It doesn't matter the city we stayed in. It doesn't matter the school we attended. When we make a decision to do it, when we say, how can I do this? We have our minds open to the possibility, but the enemy want to shut you down from the possibility. He want to delay you and tell you it's not possible until you forget about it. But you know the thing about God when it's purpose, because he said that, I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. See, he knew what he had for you to do before you got here. He didn't find something for you to do after you made it. He had a thing to be done. And he said, let me create you to get that thing done. All you have to say is I can. All you got to say is I will. And he will say, hey, let me give you the guidance. Let me give you the direction. Let me give you the provision. Let me give you the courage. Let me give you the strength. Let me give you the support. All you got to do is be willing. When you are willing, the way will come. We got to stop trying to figure out the how and stop trying to figure out the what and stop trying to figure out the why and say, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I don't know how to do what you're calling me to do. I don't know how to do what you're creating me. Don't worry about that. I just need you to say, yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. He wants to delay you from making a decision. Because, see, you needed to make a decision yesterday. Now today you thinking about it. Why are you thinking about something today that should have been taken care of yesterday? This thing should have been done yesterday. Yesterday is gone. And you're hoping, and the first thing people will tell you, let me know when it's coming back up again. What kind of crazy foolishness is that? This may be a once in a lifetime thing. This thing may not come back around in your lifetime. And instead of you taking action and doing whatever you needed to do to be able to jump on that bandwagon while it was moving, you'll wait and then you'll come back and say, let me know when it come back up again. Let me know when it come back up again. And then they'll tell you, as busy as you are, remind me. You ain't doing nothing. Why am I going to try to remind people that you know is not going to take action? Remind me when it come up again. Remind me. You didn't do nothing with the last 5 times you was reminded. The last 5 notices that were sent. The last 5 emails that were sent. You didn't do nothing with the last messages. Do you know the systems they show? They show the people that ain't open your emails. They show the people that's not answering your calls. Even your cell phone, if you got a missed call, it's red on my phone. If it went through or whatever, it's black. So you got ways of measuring. So why keep wasting time with people that is not intending to move forward because they are allowing the enemy to be in their head to tell them this thing ain't working. Keep on trading time for money. And every hour that you cannot work, you can't make no money. Good morning, Janaea. Thank you so much for joining. He wants you to keep on saying that I'm going to do. I'm fin to, I ought to, I should to, and I want to. Now, you need to get in a relationship with, I am doing this thing. I done divorced all that. I done separated myself from going to long time ago. Fin to, ought to, want to, should do. No, baby, I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to be like Nike and just do it. I am going to just do it. But if he know he can keep you in a indecisive position, he know you're not going to do nothing. You're going to keep on delaying until he talk you out of it, till something else come up. And then you're going to have in your mind, if I would have did it yesterday, then this wouldn't have came up. And I'm so glad. Then this is how slick this joker is. He will make you think that the reason you delayed making a decision that could have changed your life yesterday was for the thing that broke down today. I'm so glad I didn't spend that money yesterday because I would have... The money you spent yesterday could have made money to fix that thing that broke down today and last week and the stuff that's going to break down. And that's called having an emergency fund. That's called having a safety net. That's called having a bank account that you don't have to check every time you get ready to swipe your card or write a check. That's called being able to take advantage of an opportunity when it's available. But what he wants you to do, he wants you to feel like you made the right decision. He wants you to keep on spinning your wheels, rocking in your chair, busy. You busy, you moving, you tired, you out of breath. You looking at your watch, and your watch done fooled you that you done made some real motion and you ain't even got up out your seat just because I'm talking with my hand moving and this watch thinking that I'm walking and got me fooling myself like I'm exercising. But you know you ain't did nothing. See, he can fool you like that. Call him out. Yes, ma'am. Divorce that. You got to stop letting electronics and folks like the devil make a fool out you to feel like you doing something. This thing on here clocking up, it's telling me great job, great job, great job. Now, I suppose been getting up and I suppose been breathing and all these different sorts of types of things. But it's telling me like I'm doing. See, you can go by stuff like this and have the wrong perception. You can have the wrong idea. You can be giving yourself some kudos that you don't deserve. But you got to stop listening at this foolishness from a person. He don't even know. Where were you? Where were you? You remember when he was asking Job, after Job got through talking all his stuff, he said, now, where were you when the heavens and earth were created? Where were you when the land was separated from the water? Where were you when this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened? Where were you? So think about this. You got somebody that want to dictate and micromanage your time, and he didn't give it to you. Want to tell you how to spend your money, and he didn't give it to you. Isn't that just like a person? Now, I can see, sometimes, that's when I like to make my own money. You know how sometimes you in a relationship where I got to ask Peter, and I got to ask Paul, and I got to ask this person, I got to do this, I got to do that. The word says that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Satan want to kill our hopes and dreams, and he want to dismiss our desires. Yes. And another tactic that we use? I'm going to have to pick on some of y'all folks. I'm just telling you. Some of the tactics that we use, we always want to use our husband and wives when it come down to making a decision. You go do everything else you want to do, but let a decision have to be made, and you figure that the only way out that you say, well, I got to talk to my husband. I gotta talk to my wife. Now, where were you talking to your wife or your husband about a decision? And not to say that you don't supposed to, I'm not saying that you don't supposed to consult, but I ain't talking about them that, what you really want in your relationship. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about you folks that know you ain't talking to your husband about nothing. Knowing you ain't talking to your wife about nothing. Every time she look up and you ain't there, UPS and Amazon is dropping a box off. You didn't talk to her about that. You didn't talk to her about all this mess that you got coming to this house. You didn't talk to him about them shoes you done put over up in the trunk. And you didn't talk to him about this. Because, see, let me tell you something. Who will not want you to be a part of something that will work if you work it? Who would not want you to be a part of something that will work if you work it? And see, if you was to go talk to him about them shoes, he'll probably tell you don't get them. But what you'll do, you will hide them and start wearing them. And then when he asks about them, you ain't had them shoes, and you holler, I been had it. I been had those. Girl, you ain't been had them shoes. When you get that purse? But some of y'all, look, you going to work and you doing your thing. And you are now, and some of you, at first, the other person may not see the significance of it. They may not see the benefit of it. They may not see how this can work. But then when they see it or they go with you, that's when you need to come on, let's have him go together. When you get them ones, let me talk to my husband, but you already know they done made a decision. Indecisiveness is a decision. Because see, you will say, well, honey, he may be mad, but baby, this is going to change our life. We're going to be able to pay this mortgage off early. We're going to be able to pay this car off, and boo, that boat you wanted, that motorcycle you going, and do you think he going to say no to that? But you know what the real fear is? You know you ain't going to work it. A lot of us, we say we want an opportunity. A lot of us say we want a difference. A lot of us, and I just got to put this out here. I got to put it out here. A lot of us, We are so, because if you didn't have them things that you complain about, you wouldn't have nothing to talk about. So you figure if you can keep on talking about that same stuff, we come up with all these cliches. The rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poor. And, you can't have your cake and eat it too and this, that, and the third. We got a saying for everything. Put them sayings in some books and let it be published on KDP Publishing. That's the Kindle version, the Amazon, and print that stuff out. Good morning, Dorothy. Thank you so much for joining. You can put all them sayings in a book. Ain't nobody coining them sayings. Put that stuff in a book because y'all like to say it, but ain't nobody getting paid on it. Put it in the book and sell them and you'll be able to do something. But look, you ain't checking with these people on nothing else. But when you don't want to make a decision, instead of you just letting your yes be yes and your no be no, saying that sound good, but I ain't getting ready to sign up on nothing. I don't want to be a part of nothing. I don't want to hear about no insurance. I don't want to hear nothing about no real estate. I don't want to hear nothing about your sorority. I don't want to hear nothing about your business, your MLM, your ABC, your 1, 2, 3. I just want to keep on going selling my time and let somebody else live their dream with my value. Oh, come on now. I've had them say no to the opportunity to cut that darn mortgage. Come on now, somebody. It's the truth. It's because for me, I don't have to check with nobody. And I'm not married. But listen, if an opportunity that was there that could change the life of my household, we would make that decision. We could make that decision together, but you have to show where the value is. But I'm talking for you single folks. Who you talking to? You going to talk to some more of your broke friends to tell you, girl, I wouldn't do that. We see you ain't doing it. We see you're not doing it. And we will sit back and do without. We will sit back and do without. And keep on saying, I wish I had. I wish I had. I wish I had. You got the time. What are you doing with the time? What are you doing with your time? When you think about that 1,440 minutes, what did you do all day yesterday? What did you do all day yesterday? What did you do? What did you do? So think about, are you contributing to the community? Are you making the world a better place? Do you feel good when you do what you do? Or are you just existing and complaining and saying, we going through some places. I hope y'all got time today. I hope y'all got time today because, I'm looking at, and I know for some people thinking I'm all over the place. I'm where I need to be. You pick up what you can, you pick up what you wanna and you leave what you don't. You catch what you can and you let the rest fall by the wayside. But I'm gonna say what I came on here to say. But I'm looking at, everything is opening up, right? And we just so ready to get out. We so ready. Good morning, Evangelist Dorothy. We so ready to start back. We want to be around people now, since it's a restriction, that we didn't even have no dealings with before the shutdown. We didn't have more parties and more celebrations. We want to celebrate everything now. But it's another strategy, tactic of the enemy. Figure, okay, we ain't got to kill them. We can let them kill each other. We ain't got to shoot them. We can let them shoot each other. We ain't got to shut them down. Let them gather. Let them gather. Good morning, kids, and thank you so much for enjoying. Let them gather. Let them party. Let them have pool parties. Let them have barbecues. Let them have family gatherings. Let them gather. Let them kill each other. We don't have a cure or a cause. We don't even know where this stuff is coming from. But we want to gather because we want to celebrate everything now. So they figure. Good morning, Margaret. Thank you so much for joining. Woman of God, God be using you mighty to tell the truth. Amen. So you don't see the strategy of the enemy to let us gather to do things that's not essential. We want to do all these non-essential things in a time where we should be getting closer to God, where we should be asking him for direction, where we should be getting guidance, where we should be intimate with him, getting naked and just laying out before him for our next, for when things do open up. So we would, this is really the season for those that are on the bottom to come to the top, them that's in the back to come to the front. But guess what? We're not going to make it in that line because we're killing each other. I know this ain't the message. I know we want to talk about prosperity and we want to talk about these other things, but we got to talk about what's true. They already saying that it seems like it's killing more us than them. So why is it that and they ain't gonna say not gather, boo? They ain't gonna say not what they gonna suggest. They're not gonna say, well, we need you to make sure you wear your mask and we need you to make sure you do this, that, and the third. No, don't do none of that. Don't not gather. Don't not get upset. Don't not barbecue. Barbecue, party, celebrate everything. Celebrate that you woke up this morning. Gather for that. But see, they look at us and I'm trying, I don't know no other way to put, they look at us like we plumb crazy. And you know what? Sometimes that's the way we act. We dress to impress. We will spend the last money we have to buy clothes to impress people that don't even see us, that don't even matter. We will dress to look like we got something that we don't even have. The last money you had, you put it on what you wear. The last money that you had, we eat, drink, and wear our money. While other folks, we looking at them, talking about them like they crazy. We looking at them talking about they got all that money, but they buying their jeans from Walmart. And they looking at us talking about they ain't got no money. And you out here trying to wear somebody else's name that you ain't met, ain't gonna meet. And when you try to approach them, they gonna get their security guard all on you. And you talking about you a Raven fan? Boo, bye. I don't need nobody's name on me but mine. You see, I got my name on me. I got my name on me. I don't need nobody's name on me but mine. We so busy putting everybody else's name on us, and we can't even afford to buy their stuff. I don't need Micah nobody. Now, if I happen to have Micah, look. There's nothing wrong with you having nice stuff. That's not what I'm saying. Because, see, you will take what I'm saying and you will run with it the wrong way. Good morning, Pearl. Thank you so much for joining. But we out here got to have name brand this. Baby, I'm just this and that. And I'm just that and the third. And I'm this and that. I need my stuff to be clean and decent. I don't need nobody's brand on me. I'm branding me. I'm my brand. But we will sit there. We can't experience no opportunities. We can't create no memories. We can't travel nowhere. But we around here looking rich and fine to go to a barbecue outside where we getting ate up by mosquitoes. Now we got all these knots and bumps and we thinking something else going on. Now we got a doctor bill because we got to go to the doctor because we done got bit by something. And then we had these shootouts at the barbecue with people that know each other, hang with each other, like each other, kicked it with each other, drank with each other, all this stuff. And then something that was supposed to be fun and good went south. So who looking crazy, them or us? I know this is not your Sunday morning message because you want to talk about naming and claiming. We want to talk about Black Lives Matter. If they matter to them, why they don't matter to us? And if Black Lives Matter, why is it that we can't support blacks when they struggling? Why is it that we can't support black small businesses? Why is it? Well, no, I'm not fooling with it. Why is it when it's something fatal? We want to tell the people how important they is when they can't hear it being said. Why is it that we want to give people their flowers when they gone? You can't tell people thank you, amen, and then barely able to pay their bill. They ain't barely able to pay them, evangelists. A lot of them ain't paying them. They'll spend their money on what they want, and they begging you for what they need. Then we gonna do GoFundMe. Oh, y'all not gonna talk to me today. I know this ain't gonna be no popular message, but that's okay. If it ain't heard but nothing but a 13, you can tell somebody. She said it. Yes, she did. Get mad with me. I ain't no kind of lover. I ain't no this and no that. I'm one for truth. Don't let your dysfunction keep you functioning. That's what they do, Pearl. That's what they do. That's what they do. We will stay stuck in a place trying to look fine and fly to go nowhere. Good morning, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. We want to look our best to be sitting at the house. We got stuff on, shining and blinging all over the place to be seen. To be seen. Love you. We need to support our own just as other races do for their races. Absolutely. You know, other races, they cannot like each other as an individual, but they'll stick together to fight you. But what we do, we'll get on the other side of other people and fight each other. And this is not about a racist conversation. I say it all the time. I have Caucasian children. I have Caucasian friends. I have Caucasians in my family. It's not about a racist conversation. This is about truth. And when you get to a point that you can't call colors, good morning, Elder Jesse. Thank you so much for joining. When we get to a point that we cannot call colors, we got a problem. We got a problem because we are taking the things that don't matter and we blowing it all up and making it an issue. But if black lives matter, let them matter every day. Stop talking about people and help build them up. It's not about you thinking that you better, I'm better. It's not about big eyes and little U's, but it's about leaders creating leaders and not being afraid that if somebody pass you, that it ain't gonna be enough for you. There's over 7 billion people in this world. Why we got to argue over 2? Why is it that we have to argue over 2? We will find anything to fight about. We'll get to arguing over somebody else's car. If we gonna do anything, let's support each other. If we gonna do anything, let's encourage each other. If we gonna do anything, let's inspire each other. Why do we sit around and we wait till we have a George Floyd, or we wait till we have all the other stuff that's going on around our world, and now we want to protest, we want to say what matter, but when they were struggling with addictions, and when they were struggling and not having nothing to eat, and they were struggling with not having nowhere to stay, when they was trying to do things right, they didn't have no help. They didn't have no support. All the money that has been raised and given and all the things that has been done after, why is it? Why is it that we have to wait? We'll wait to tell somebody how good they were. And we love to put people in heaven when they leave here. You know how them people was when they was living. But they was the best people in the world. We need to encourage each other. We like to tear each other down. And we like these messages that are fake and phony. But I'm just a realist. Like it or not. Because one thing about what I do, it's not a popularity contest. I'm not popular. I'm not smart. I'm not lucky, but I'm not afraid. I am not afraid to speak. I am not afraid to say what he has given me to say. I am not afraid. I will get out. I will walk. I will pray. I will speak. I'm not afraid. But see, a lot of us, you got something to say, but you won't say it. You will talk about it amongst people that can't make a difference. That always was a problem for me among the job. Now, if we can go in here and talk to these people together, it's Craig, hey Day, Craig. You got to know. But see, we'll talk to each other about each other, but we won't go and talk to the people that make a difference. Now, what I want to see, this is what I want to see. Just like we showed up in record numbers to protest, I need you to go out to the polls. Because, see, they was out there in the midst of corona. They was out there with no face mask. They was out there with no protection. They was out there when it rained. They was out there with not worried about being hit. We've been protesting. Now, don't get me wrong. Do we need to speak up? Absolutely. Are we sick of being treated differently? Absolutely. Does there need to be a change? Absolutely. But just like we showed up in record numbers for protesting, we need to show up at them ballot boxes. We need to know that there need to be a change in our White House. There need to be a change in our leadership, because why? We need a difference. Yeah. What will be your what will your legacy be? That's a great question, Pearl. Some of us, we will be forgotten shortly after we gone because we didn't speak up when we was here, and a lot of people don't know you. I guarantee you, people gonna know me. They gonna know me. If you can say I'm loud, you can say whatever you want to say, but when you get through talking, I'm gonna say what thus said the Lord then told me to say. And I don't have to look like, act like, sound like what you think. He knew who I was. He knew who I was. He knows who I am. What you got to say don't matter. Everyone votes count, Margaret, but you know what? They got to make it count. You got people that complain about who in office that don't vote. You got people that'll make every excuse why they do not go out to vote. You got people that say they're not voting because they feel like their vote don't matter. But what you need to do, what we need to do, what we ought to do, what we should do, go out there and see if it make a difference. Go out there and see if it make a difference. But see, a lot of us, we are secret speakers. We're secret speakers. And see, that's where for people, I don't need you inboxing me in private telling me how proud you is of me. That don't mean nothing to me. Because see, you can't tell me you proud in public and on this live feed because you talking about me with your friends in private. So I don't need you private inboxing me. Because see, the thing about what I do, it's not for no accolades. If I get them, great. If I don't, I'm still going to show up. Because you got to know that your work is not unto man. I will speak on your legacy, woman of God. Yes. I love it, Pearl. Yes, everyone votes count. We got to get to a point that we're not doing this stuff for no show. If I was doing it for a show, when these people book shows, they get paid. It is time for a change, Elder Milton, and people need to show up like we have for all this other stuff, because a lot of them protests didn't have nothing to do with George Floyd. If we going up in here getting these people stuff and stealing these folks stuff, that was the criminal that was in us that wanted to go steal shoes and all these other places that they were going to here messing with these folks stuff that they didn't have no business. I'm just telling it like it is. I'm just saying. No vote, no voice. Don't talk to me about no election and you didn't go vote. You take off of work for everything else. When this happened, they got a party, this going down and this going down. So if you need to take off, and I know most jobs, they'll let you go vote, but they got early voting. You ain't got no excuse. You do not have an excuse for not voting. And help somebody else get there. Take somebody, you want to pick them up for foolishness, pick them up to go down there to vote. Help an elderly person. Help them so we can get some things changed. Because talking about it, what need to change, and the president this and this, that, and the third, all that ain't hitting on nothing. The only thing that's going to change the White House is the ballot boxes. Stop delaying what need to be done. You show up and show out every day, Coach O. I thank you for what you have done for me. Hugs of love, my sister. God bless you. Preach the gospel, missionary Shirley. God bless you, Elder Milton. You got it. I mean, it's time out for this foolishness. It's time out for us playing crazy and acting like we don't know what's going on. It is time out for us singing the same old song. We don't start singing Black Lives Matter until somebody die. Somebody get killed, then we want to talk about the gun violence, and we want to talk about, I'm always amazed at how many people are concerned, but then when you go and do something that's peaceful, last Saturday, I think it was last Saturday, I lose track of time, but anyway, because I be busy, but I mean, we walk the streets just praying for people, we walk the street blessing people, and doing those things, but see, if it ain't comfortable, we don't want to do it. And I gave, good morning, Muhammad. Thank you so much for joining. We got Barcelona in here. Tell the people where you're coming from. I got folks on here from Pakistan. I got folks on here from Nigeria and Barcelona on here. Amen. But look, you got, I worked the last election. Hold on. I worked the last election with my 17-year-old daughter. And she saw the discord. And she will vote this year. Her voice will be heard. Ghana. Come on now, somebody. Yes, got Ghana on here. So we got to get to a point that we know that our voice matters. And I was getting ready to say something. Oh, I told Apostle, and we was out there like 2.5, almost 3 hours. We went to different places. We went to the hospital. We went to the Gainesville, Florida. Thank you so much. We went to the nursing home. We went to the jail, the juvenile center, and we went to individual neighborhoods and different houses. But, I told Apostle, it ain't all that we're able, but we're willing. I said, we're willing walkers. I was willing to walk with my injury. I was willing to swell up. I was willing to be overheated. Good morning, Marsha. Thank you so much. You got to be willing. You got to be a willing worker. And when you are willing, he will make you able. But when we delay on a decision that he has told us to make, and we wonder why our walls come crashing down. Amen to that, missionary Shirley. It's time out for all the foolishness and put God back into all of our situations. He got to be up in there. If he is not the center, you're wasting time. You are wasting time. I took my lunch break when Minister Jalen, he had a prayer. Good morning, Apostle Deborah. Thank you so much for joining. California in the house, Tennessee in the house, Arkansas in the house. Come on, when Minister Jalen had the prayer on earlier this week. I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, the 9th, whenever that was. But anyway, I took my lunch break to be over there. But there were so many people that wasn't there. And I said, now you got all these people they concerned and they ready and this and that. But when there's a call to action, we don't act. When there's a call to action, we don't act. But we'll talk about what we need to have, what we ought to have, what we should have, what we want to do, what we could do, what we should do, and all these different sorts of things. But when it's time to take action, we got a delay tactic. You got the man behind the scene trying to convince you to hold on to something that he didn't give. Who's the man? Satan. Who's the man? The adversary. Who's the man? The enemy. He wants you to hold time. He wants you to delay today for something that he gonna tell you to do tomorrow. Tomorrow you ain't gonna think about it because he gonna have your mind so fried, so busy, so spread out, so thin, so overwhelmed that this thing today, you're not gonna think about that tomorrow. He keeps you running and running and running. I forgot about that. I missed that deadline. Oh, I forgot I was in 10-2. If you was in 10-2, you stop. We ain't got to do no drop it and roll, but you stop and you do it now. You stop and you do it now. Don't wait another day to make a decision that can change your life. Don't wait to another day to make a decision that can change your family situation. Don't wait to make a decision that can change your life. See, we don't need to be waiting on to forgive people. Because see, you can lay down. We've had these people, we've had young folks having massive heart attacks. Massive heart attacks. Good morning, Marsha. Massive heart attacks. We've had a couple people, massive heart attacks. You may not have tomorrow to make no decision. And see, you know what the enemy is telling you? Well, if I'm going to be dead tomorrow, I ain't going to need to make no decision. That's how stupid he have us sounding. That's just how stupid the enemy have us talking. He'll have us thinking that if we ain't going to be here next week. No, I may not be here next week. I may not be here tonight, but I'm going to do what I need to do today. I'm going to do what I need to do today. God does not need no cowardly soldiers in his army. No, he needs somebody that's going to be ready to stand on the front line, already knowing the battle is already won. We don't even have to fight, but we still scared to stand. We don't have to fight because he said, put on your armor. If we put on the full armor of God, we put on the full armor, we protected. But we won't even go and stand up. He said the battle is not yours. but it's the Lord's. It's the Lord's. But we afraid to stand up. We worried about what they gonna say. If they see me with them, what they gonna say? If they see me talking to her, what they gonna say? If they see me doing this, what they gonna say? That's the kind of stuff that we do. But if you right, you wouldn't even have to worry about that. If you're not talking about people, you wouldn't have to worry about what they gonna say. They can say, well, you know what? She is so inspirational. She's a realist. She gonna tell it like it is. I may not like everything that she's saying, but it sure be true. Yes, tomorrow is not promised to none of us. You never know. So you don't need to delay today for tomorrow, because tomorrow may be too late. Tomorrow you may not have an opportunity. Tomorrow you may not have a chance. Tomorrow you may not even know you in this world. You may be laying somewhere existing. Make a difference today. Make a decision today. We will put things off and put things off and put things off and put things off and put things off. And then 5 years later, if I would have made a decision 5 years ago, I could have been already this, that. We need to go sit down somewhere and rethink that thing, start over, and can we decide what we want and stop worried about how we gonna do it and just make the decision? There is power in decision. There is power in decision. That's the word of God, Missionary Shirley, in all to stand as Paul says. Yes, there is power in decision. When you make a decision to walk with God, you're making another decision to stop walking with the devil. When you make a decision to make a difference, you already making a decision to make a change. You got to know that when you make one decision, it is not just, good morning, Elder Anderson, thank you so much for joining. When you make one decision, that one decision it's like a domino effect. It would knock down other things. When you go bowling, you can throw one ball to knock down several pins. That's the way it is when you walk with God. You can throw that one ball and knock down several pins. When you throw the bowling ball of God, when you throw that ball of God, your finances will be changed. Your relationship will be changed. Your mindset will be changed. You got to throw the ball of the Lord down that lane and say, you know what? I'm getting ready to knock some stuff down. But when you trying to do stuff by yourself, that don't work. That doesn't work. When you working with the enemy, you letting him talk to you to tell you don't do it, you should do it, you ought to do it, you in between doing it, you kind of sort of thing. You can't be kind of sort of doing. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. It's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. You know how you kind of sort of like somebody. You either want them or you don't want them. You like them or you don't like them. You love them or you don't love them. How you going to kind of love them? I don't need nobody kind of loving me. I tell you, I'm crazy enough to believe you going to celebrate me and not tolerate me, or we won't be. I'm not going to be in no relationship with nobody that can't appreciate the fact that we together. And I'm going to do the same thing. But we in these relationships and we're not celebrated, but you tolerate it. But you should be sick of that lifestyle. Because see, I can be by myself and celebrate myself. And no, for my Bible scholars, I know what the word says. It says that the Bible says that we should not think more highly of ourselves than we ought. But you should be thinking, it said more highly. But you should think something of yourself. Don't you let the enemy make you think that you're nobody, that you're not worth it, that you're nobody. You're somebody. All of us are somebody. He said that we were beautifully and fearfully and wonderfully made. We're beautiful in God's eye. I may not mean nothing to you, but I know I'm the apple of his eye. With my loud myself, I'm the apple of his eye, because he know that I'm after his heart. I am after his heart. He know that whatever he said do, I'm going to do it. Whatever he tell you to do, do it. Don't ask him no question. You just do it. Don't ask him no question. You just do it. Whatever he tell you to do, do it. Don't allow the Lord to guide you and direct you and tell you to do something, and then you question him like he done changed his mind. Yes, missionary, tell the truth and shame the devil. That's the only thing I know. That's the only thing I know, Elder Milton. I can't do nothing else. Sometimes the truth hurts, but it'll set you free. It'll set us free. And those that even, they don't like the truth, but they may not never come back and tell you, but they say, she showed telling the truth. She telling the truth. But see, some of us, we so, you know, some of us, you know, we just don't have it. We just don't, you know, figure I ain't saying nothing. But people, I'm getting ready to get out of here. We done been on here a long time, and y'all been sticking it out, hanging out, coming in, leaving, whatever you've been doing. But if you don't get nothing else out of what I said, look at the title. The title saying that he is convincing you to hold on to something that he cannot give. Who is he? The enemy, the adversary, Satan, the devil, Lucifer, Lucifer. He wants you to delay in your decision. He wants you to think that you still have time. He wants you to think that you got to do something else before you're eligible for this thing. Don't allow the enemy to stop what God has started. Because when God said do a thing, you got to run with it. For me, when he tell me to do something, I'm going to run with it. I don't have to figure out how, because I know that he have all the wisdom. I know that he have all the understanding. He said, you know, the beginning of wisdom. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. We got to have fear in him. We got to have faith in him. It says that it is impossible for me to please the Lord without having faith. But I got to also believe that he is. But he also said that I'm a rewarder of those that diligently seek him. You can find the exact words. I'm paraphrasing it. When I'm talking to me from him, he said, girl, then you got to believe what I say. So for me, he said it. I believe it. I don't see it, but I believe it. And how do you get more faith? Get more word. How do you get more faith? Get more word. How you get more muscles? You exercise them, right? So you got to exercise your faith. He said, even in your monies, he said, try me. Try me. You give and try me and see that I don't give you a blessing that you don't have room enough to receive. He said, press down, shaking together, running over, where I can live off of my overflow. And I'll be saying, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me what you said. That's when you can tell them, show me what you working with. See, y'all be trying to get somebody to show you something, what they working with, how they twerking it and dropping. No, he said, test me. Test me in this one area. Test me. I really needed this message this morning. God knew you needed it because you're not usually on here. And he sent you here for a reason. God bless you. Thank you for the words of encouragement. You're so welcome. We got to speak up and make decisions now that we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. But we can't do nothing apart from him. We cannot do nothing. We cannot do anything apart from him. We can't. But we can do all things with him. When we do it with him, it's not just going to be done, but it's going to be done right. When we do things with God, it will be not just done. It will be right. See, in the world, we'll say, what we say is done. Now, finish. Finish is better. It's some saying. Anyway, done is better than something. But anyway, the point is, finish it. Start it. And finish it. And that's better than not starting and not finishing. It's better to make a decision. And if it don't go right, look, this is how God works. God told me, he said, I give you double for your trouble. So if God put me out somewhere, I ain't had nothing. He ain't lost no battle that I done been in. He ain't put me in nothing that he didn't bring me through. When he said go, I went. And I came back. So if there's some doubt in your mind, if there's some fear in your mind, that ain't of God. God don't give you fear. He give you power. He give you love and a sound mind. He ain't going to have you sitting on the fence, because sitting on the fence, it hurt. Have you ever tried to sit on the fence between your legs? That ain't no good feeling. Have you tried to sit somewhere where you got one leg on one side and another leg on the other side? That ain't good for your batting ball, and that is not good for your field either. You cannot sit on top of the fence. And I know that right there probably hurt some people's feelings, but it'll hurt your body. He is not having you straddle across no fence. Why? That's painful. And that is detrimental to your mental state. You can't be on both sides. You can't be with him and with the enemy. You can't be in darkness and light. You can't be half for him and half with the devil. He said, how could two walk together unless they agree? But he also said, if 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I will be in the midst. I will be right there with you. So go and do what I said do. You know, a lot of, when they went to battle, they said, now should I go and pursue them? Are you going to give them into our hands? You don't go nowhere that he ain't already told you ain't going to win. You got to have your winning strategy in your head before you go out to your field, before you go out to your battle, before you go out to face that thing. You got to know that you going to win. But you can't go out thinking that I'm not going to win. I'm not going to make it. I can't do it. I can't afford it. But because when you say that, guess what? You won't. You won't afford it. You won't make it. You won't do it. You can't have it because there is life and death in that little pink thing. In that little pink thing. Even in the thoughts of your mind. If you tell yourself you can't do a thing, you won't try a thing. If you tell yourself a thing won't work, you won't pursue it. But if who want to start something that they already know from the beginning is not going to work? Nobody in their right mind. Good morning, Deborah. Thank you so much for joining. See, when I approach a thing, I said, this thing right here, this is mine. I want it, I can have it. I want to do it, I can do it. I tell myself, see, the only thing I need to see is somebody else doing it. That's all I need to see. God is no respecter of person. If they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. Stop telling yourself what you can't do, what you can't be, and what you can't have. You got the goods. You got the goods. If you want it, you can have it. I let people know, you don't know who my daddy is. You don't know who my daddy is? Do you know who my daddy is? He is the creator of the heavens and the earth. That's who my daddy is. We getting ready to close this thing out. I'm going to close it out with Amazing Grace. Why? Because that's the song that's on my heart this morning. Just going to sing just a little bit of it. The Bible says that he wish you be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, he said that he will spew you out of his mouth. Get away from me. Move on. Move on. Move on. See, you got to, you know, in business, you can't do business without God. In business, you got to have the Lord. In marriage, you got to have the Lord. In your life, you got to have the Lord. You got to have the Lord everywhere you go. I've really enjoyed this. Thank you all so much. God bless you. I'm going to end this song. I'm going to end this with Amazing Grace, and we getting ready to get out of here so I can go get my coffee. Can you believe it? I haven't even had coffee. I don't need it. But I want it. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Who was blind, but now Lord, I see. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now but now Lord, I see amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Who was blind, but now I see. God bless you all. I pray that I have said something to encourage you. I pray that you will be blessed. And to remember, make a decision today. Not tomorrow, but today. I see you in my inbox. Lord, if I find favor in your sight, Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. I'll cross the hottest desert. I'll travel near or far. Lord, if I find favor in your sight, Lord, please hear my heart's cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. I'll cross the hottest desert. I'll travel near or far for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King for your glory. I will do anything just to see you, to behold you as my King. I want to be where you are. Joy is where you are. Love is where you are. Peace is where you are. I want to be where you are. Love is where you are. Peace is where you are. Joy is where you are. God bless you. I pray that you have been blessed. Praise the Lord for his goodness and his mercy and grace. Thank you, Lord, for your goodness and grace and mercy on me every day. God bless you, and I pray that you have an amazing day.